I'll be doing a reading. Well, actually, today I'll be doing water sign readings, okay? So this is for any placements of water you have in your chart. I'm going to mention the specific signs as I read for them. So right now I'm going to do Cancer. Okay, so please, this is for any placements of Cancer you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. I probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross watcher, I welcome you with open arms, because heaven knows I was a cross watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now I will mention the deck I use, Star Spinner Tarot. I'll also mention when it's important for you to use your own intuition, and with that, let's get started. My gorgeous and fellow Cancers, I have like one placement of Cancer in my chart. First card is the Knight of Coins. Slowest moving knight in the deck, but the most reliable knight in the deck. Someone you want in your corner. Then you have the King of Swords. King of Swords, followed by the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Seven of Swords, followed by the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Six of Wands, followed by the Queen of Swords. We have a pair. Followed by the High Priestess, which is Piscean energy, followed by the Hanged Man, which is Piscean energy again, followed by the Three of Swords, Heartbreak, followed by the Eight of Wands, long distance messaging, followed by the World, and followed by the Two of Wands, as well as the Ace of Wands, and the Emperor, and the Empress. What? Okay. My gorgeous and fellow Cancers. This is amazing. Okay. So we start off with the slowest moving knight in the deck. Someone who takes their sweet time coming in, but who, when they come in, they make an offer that you can't refuse. It's so well packaged, so well made that it would be a travesty to say nay to it, right? Now the next card is the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords is the King of Swords is the King of Swords. But this person is more worried about his thought patterns, his concepts, the way things are, rather than the nitty-gritty of the day, of how to make things happen. He just knows that he has to think them. He's the planner, right, is what I'm getting. And that is why he is putting a lot of effort in what he is wishing for, what he is planning for, what he wants to manifest. Though he puts so much time and effort on planning it, and not enough time actually realizing it, that someone steals it with the Seven of Swords while he's thinking about it, right? Someone takes it from under him, if that makes any sense. Someone steals his idea while he's sleeping. As you can see, this is happening at night. So, because they hope to get a massive return on their investment of possibly going to jail, right? But they don't see that this is something that they stole had like a tracking device on it probably, and so it is coming back because the king whose stuff he stole had his dog, I don't know, sniff it, know it, so he has set forth his canine pals, and they will go find it. And with that, there will be a publicly recognized success due to the fact that he found his ten tentacles yet again. Now, with the Queen of Swords following, I feel like he will have learned something. This man with the 10 coins will have learned something very important to be mind for the future, which is don't trust just about anyone. Be more selective with the people you trust your money with, which will then in turn force him to heighten his intuitive know-how, his intuitive ability, his intuitive, how should I say, his intuitive, processes, his intuitive knowing, so that he can know prior to things that might happen. Then you have the Hanged Man pointing towards the left. Now, cards pointing towards the left to me indicate that they happened in the past or that they're happening super slowly. So if you do put more emphasis on your intuition, I feel like this happened in the past, or if you aren't, it is taking you time to think about things intuitively. I think this would indicate that it's happening slowly. So please put it where it resonates. Then you have the Three of Swords. Now the Three of Swords would indicate that so if this is happening slowly, it's going to break your heart because you want things to shift and change quickly. You want to get out of the Queen of Swords type energy, but there's always this looming Three of Swords, and you're like, I don't want this though. Why am I going to do this more? Why? Right? Then you have the Eight of Wands. Now the Eight of Wands talks of long distance messaging, which means that I feel something might happen that will instigate you sending a long distance message or you receiving a long distance message from someone. And I feel like that long distance message is going to be something that will allow you to complete a cycle. Now this could be in regards to a partnership, this could be in regards to a business partnership, a love partnership, whatever type of partnership. But whatever it is, it's going to make you think twice. Look at all the positives and negatives of any situation, and then decide on what needs to happen, what you are going to do, right? And the what you're going to do bit is the Two of Wands, which is you need to decide between two actions. Which one would you prefer? Right? Yes. I'm getting from this card. And now, when you decide, there is going to definitely be a need for a shift in the way you think. Should I say? The way you conceptualize the world around you, or the way you think about a situation needs to definitely change. Because if you are constantly stuck in this mentality, which was what? Which was, I'm not sure anymore. So you're completing a cycle with the World card, and you're making sure that you're done. You're making sure that it's over because you've had enough. But then, for it to really be over, okay, you need to make some tweaks within yourself. Make sure that you are no longer thinking the way that you used to think in order for you to get to where you want to get to, because where you were and the way you were thinking will not necessarily get you to where you want to get to, because it's a new place you want to get to. But if you think with the old way and structure about going to the new place, you won't get there because it's the old way of thinking, if that makes any sense. So that's why you need a shift in perception, a shift in consciousness. And once you do that, you will not only be able to become the emperor, but you will also be able to be the empress. You'll be a master couple, right? Because both the emperor, which is all four kings rolled into one, and the empress, which is all four queens rolled into one, are extremely powerful, right? Now, if you look at it, both of these are looking they're actually looking at each other. Or are they? They're slightly looking away, but it's as if they're pondering about each other. They're thinking about each other. They are like remembering with fondness of the morning they spent together, right? So, my gorgeous and fellow Cancers, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description on this video and my price for private readings, as well as the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Cancers, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye! Hello, and welcome to Titanium Tarot Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Scorpio, okay? So this is for any placement of Scorpio you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you. So keep an ear out, and if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms. Heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many years myself, so I get you and I got you, but I might snitch, so be mindful. Now, I use Star Center Tarot. I'll also mention when it's important for you to use your own intuition. And with that, let's get started. The first card, my gorgeous and fellow Scorpios, I have like 3 placements of Scorpio in my chart, that came out was the Judgment card, pointing towards the left. Now, cards pointing towards the left to me mean that they happened in the past, or they're happening super slowly. So there was a judgment call that needs to be made in the past. If you did it or you didn't, I have no clue, but whatever it is, it led to the Lover's card. One of the Lover's cards in this deck. There are 4 actually, and on this card you have 2 individuals of different genders. We have 4 Lover's cards in this deck. If I think I mentioned that. And the Lover's cards the Lover's card indicates a choice, right? So you made a judgment call, and that judgment call led you to a choice. And now, following that choice, you need to find the mentor or become the mentor that you need in order to learn the new things that will help you on your new path. Then you have the page. Not the page, but the Knight of Coins. Now, the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Knight of Pentacles. He takes his time, but he is very sure. Like, you can be 100% certain that whatever project you have handed to this person, it will be done. Okay? Then you have the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Coins, okay, talks of equal give and take, sharing, being fair, being nice, and all that jazz, right? And all that jazz. So if you can see on this card, she's looking at raspberries. She is looking at them like with complete, as if she's famished, like she hasn't had breakfast And she's like, ooh, those look nice. Right? But that is when she needs to make a choice. Yet again, you have the second lover's card with two people of the same gender on it. Because I feel like her stomach is grumbling, yes. But she's like, yeah, but I'm going to go and have breakfast. Mom's going to kill me if I eat something soon. Because it'll ruin my appetite. And so now she's in she must make a choice, right? So the next card is the Four of Pentacles. Now the Four of Pentacles talks of you already having 3 pentacles, and but at the same time being wondering about this fourth one that you are daydreaming about. So what I'm getting is you have 3 pentacles in that you are going to have breakfast with mom in a bit. Now you can fit this as it applies to your situation. But I feel like, so you know you're going to have breakfast. And you know that you shouldn't ruin your appetite by eating these raspberries or these apples. Notice that there are apples in both these cards. I'm guessing indicating having something to do with the Adam and Eve having eaten the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden, in heaven, which is what made us, which is what made God decide to banish us on earth, because we decided to eat from the fruit of knowledge. But that is neither here nor there. That is in the Old Testament, as to what I know. And so the Four of Pentacles, okay. So you are someone you're dealing with is wondering and daydreaming about this fourth pentacle, that they are like, that they're hoping and wishing to get. Not really concentrating on the 3 that they already have, right? So that's what I'm saying. The fruit of knowledge, that thing that they were told not to bite into, but that they like, we must have this, but we can't, but we must, but we can't, but we must. So that choice must be made. Instead of concentrating on the 3 they already have, they're concentrating on that one they aren't allowed to have, right? Now, the next card is the Seven of Swords. Now, yes, what do? But they eat the apple, which they were not allowed to do. And what did God do? Well, God sent them to earth to punish them. And so now they're in a new paradigm, they're in a new area, and what must they do in order to be able to survive on this new desolate place, on this planet where everything you need, there is everything you need. You just need to know how to collect them and how to make them, how to benefit from them. And that will only be done when you can embrace the fool's journey, which is trying to start a new adventure completely devoid of anything, of any past experiences. Because if they lived on Earth with the experiences they had in Eden, I feel like Adam and Eve would not survive for long, because the Garden of Eden is where you had nothing to do. You had everything you ever wanted. But on Earth, you have the elements that work against you. You have time, which is another element. And, time is of the essence. You have to think about time. You have to think about daylight, nighttime, stars, animals, their sleeping patterns, and whatnot, right? Now, the next card is the Nine of Chalices. Now, the Nine of Chalices, would indicate that if they begin this new adventure on planet Earth as a completely new adventure, I feel like they will get complete and total emotional fulfillment from it. And they will be able to much easily and quickly become the emperor of their reality, which means they will be able to control the material the material aspect of their reality like this, which will then again allow them to be the Queen of Cups, which is loving, comforting, emotionally intelligent individual, and take care of what they actually need emotionally, and not just be worried about where the next meal is coming from, which might give them the impression that they are stuck, that they are in a prison, which is quite easily escaped from. If you can see, the swords aren't so closely together that they can't even get out, and the ribbon that is over her eyes is not so solidly glued to her face that she can't see anything. She just moves her head a little, she might see some stuff, right? Then the next card is the Queen of Coins. Now, after the Queen of Wands, after the Queen of Cups, Queen of Chalices, the Queen of Coins is a very stable, steady, loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive, nurturing type of energy. And interestingly enough, after that comes the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords actually learns from her past experiences, and she is quite quick to cut what no longer serves her out. And so as much as this Queen of Cups is loving, and this Queen of Pentacles is nurturing, she knows the balance of being able to see when a fraud is in front of her, and to know how to extract herself from this situation that might turn ugly fast. So, my gorgeous and fellow Scorpios, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it will be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, for private readings, as well as the email you can send donations to if you feel so called on PayPal. Alright? And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Scorpios, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye! Hello, and welcome to Sexy Palace Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Pisces, okay? This is for any placements of Pisces you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you. So keep an ear out, and if you are a crosswatcher, I welcome you with open arms, because everyone knows I was a crosswatcher for many of you myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I use Star Spinner Tarot. I'll also mention when it's important for you to use your own intuition, and with that, let's get started. So, please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for Pisces. You got yourself, you got the Moon card, which is Piscean energy. Pretty awesome. With the Magician at the bottom of the deck, followed by the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Chalices, these angels and guides, I know for the head good. For my Piscean friends, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good, has a message from our Piscean friends. And got the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, the Queen of Swords in the upright, the Six of Swords in the reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in the upright, the Fool, the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Four of Wands, all in the upright, the Judgment card, the Hanged Man in the reverse, Lovers, once, twice, and the Queen of Wands. So, Yin, Pisces, the Moon card, means something that was hidden is being brought to light. And I feel like, seeing as the next card is the Magician, that thing that is being brought to light is is something in regards to your manifestation process. Excuse me? Something that will help you manifest quicker or manifest better. Then you have the Knight of Wands. Now the Knight of Wands, alright, is the player in this deck. Could be seen as a player, but in actuality what it is someone who is in and out quick. He's flighty. He does not like to stay in one place for a long enough time. He's more action oriented than the Knight of Swords, because they're both similar in the fact that they're in and out, but the Knight of Swords is more in the sense of his thought patterns will shift quickly, while as the Knight of Wands is more in regards to what he does is going to change quickly. What he concentrates on will change quickly, because he is not yet stable enough in his decisions to decide to commit to something long term. Okay. Then you have the Six of Coins in the reverse, which means that this, at least for this week, there will not be a fair exchange of something. I don't know what it is, but something is not going to be a fair exchange. It could be in regards to this Knight of Wands, who won't necessarily give you as much attention as you would like, or that he will not give you the emotional cup that you would like, that because you've given him your emotional cup, but he hasn't returned returned those sentiments. So it won't be of an equal give and take. And I feel like it's going to be one will be more interested in the other. I feel like this Knight of Wands is slightly interested, but not that much, you know. Now the next card is the Queen of Swords. Now the Queen of Swords has been slightly tainted through her past experiences, so she is quick to cut anything that no longer serves her. And with that perspective, I feel like apologies. I feel like whatever shift, like, so the red and the raspberries are also in this card, with the red of the rose petals. Right. So these fruit are very tempting. That is super interesting. These fruits, these raspberries are extremely tempting, but are tempting, and due to that temptation, she will not necessarily know how to. I mean, she'll learn the hard way that she has to stay away from red fruit. Because she's the look on her face is more of a look of, ooh, I want. Not really think of the consequences of her actions. Right? Also, I say that because in the Lover's card, the apples on the tree are red as well, but that is in reference to the original sin in the Bible, which was Adam and Eve who ate from the fruit of knowledge, which they weren't supposed to. Right? That's the reason why God put us on earth to teach us a lesson. Because we took from the tree of knowledge, we gained knowledge, but we also got disillusioned from the wholeness that is Eden, right? That was heaven. So this Queen of Swords has taken that rose and those rose petals, and she has a look in her face. She's like kind of vindictive. I dare you to try. I dare you to try. You know? Or something along those lines. But she also has a white rose. But the interesting thing is she has a snake coiled around her, which would take us back to the original sin that is in the Lover's card, which is Gemini energy. Gemini is an air sign, and the Queen of Winter, Queen of Swords, is an air sign as well. So I feel like there is and look at how there are roses in this card as well. So, I mean, someone might have hurt the Queen because of their decision. Oy, what am I getting at? But what I was indicating is the snake. She has a snake around her, which would indicate that same snake that tricked Adam and Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge, which they shouldn't have, but they listened to Satan, which took the shape of a snake, and fooled them, the trickster. Now, due to that mishap, they are not moving to calmer waters. They are not staying in calmer waters, or they have gone out of calmer waters. They are in a rockier area of the lake, so to say. Because the Six of Swords indicates going from choppy waters to calmer waters. But in this case, if we continue with the Bible analogy, they went from calm waters to choppy waters because they ate from the tree of knowledge. And they made their progress very slow and steady. Well, slow in arriving, in the sense that they wanted more food because they ate that tree. They ate that fruit, they ate that apple, and they shouldn't have. So due to that, they made their progress excessively slow because they went to Earth instead of staying up in Eden. Right? Then you have the Fool. Now the Fool, which is interesting because I I think I read this in another one of my readings today. The Fool would indicate that if you actually want to be successful in any new situation, you would have to come at it from a completely new perspective, free, devoid of any past experiences, you know, which is how you'll be able to succeed in whatever it is that you want to do, right? Next, you have the 10 of coins. Now, the 10 of coins would indicate that if you do take the Fool's perspective and you begin something anew, completely devoid of past experiences, forgetting about eating and completely starting this new cycle of life as a completely separate cycle of life, you will be able to gain material abundance from it, which will become a publicly recognized success with the 6 of Wands, right? Which is something that people would like, not just that people would like, but also that people would clearly appreciate, right? A publicly recognized success, which will lead to the 4 of Wands: happy home, happy life, happy wife, happy kids, happy husband, happy everything, happy dog, happy cat, whatever, right? And all that because a judgment call, justice, because you made the right choice by deciding to come to this paradigm, Earth, completely devoid of past rules and lessons that you have learned up in Eden, right? I'm continuing the biblical analogy. Now, the next card is the Hanged Man in the reverse. Now, the Hanged Man in the reverse would indicate that, first of all, if you notice there, yet again, we have the apples, right, from the tree of knowledge here. So, this would indicate that this Hanged Man usually would indicate that he is having a different perspective on what he is looking at. But seeing as you are just and that you succeeded at overcoming this new challenge because you set aside the way you used to do things in Eden and decided to come at it from a whole new perspective, in this way, you're seeing things from a different perspective, right? Yet again, instead of looking at them from below, you're looking at them from above. But even if your above is there below, in any case. So it's just a different way of looking at them. Maybe the lighting is slightly different in this angle, which will give you a whole new different distinction. And so that different perspective allows you to see that, these apples, they aren't so tasty. I'm sure, these apples, they've been bitten, they've been eaten, they've been half eaten by other animals. They don't look so tasty. I mean, in that card, they do look tasty, but for some reason, that's what I'm getting. And so instead of spending time concentrating on the apple, which is mainly a source of desire for us, why don't we, that will be eaten up in a very short amount of time. They also fester on the tree if you don't pick them quick enough. But why don't we take our mind off of these apples that are kind of blue in this card And why don't we put it on our love, our relationship? Because you have two individuals of different genders, not that that really matters to indicate anything, but these individuals are going within and they're concentrating on their hearts. And they're concentrating on what that is letting them in on. Okay? Yes. Now the next card is another Lover's card. Because, like I said, there are 4 Lover's cards in this deck. And on this card, you have two individuals of the same gender. And if, interestingly enough, on top of red apples, there are also red roses on this card. Now, this could indicate many things, right? This could indicate that they are still in Eden, right? Pondering on these red apples, having touched them, and being completely happy and peaceful where they're at, right? Or this could be talking about the roses, which I don't know what they would mean yet, but there's a difference. It could be passion. Red roses for passion, right? Now, what this might indicate is that they not only are leaving the fruit on the tree, but they are also more closely intertwined with their passions. You know, so they're listening to what they were told, the instructions that they needed to follow, but they are tweaking them just a tad so that it could be something that they want to adhere to. Now the next card is the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands, alright, is the businesswoman in this deck. She is on top of her shit. She knows what she's doing. She knows how she's going to get there. And she has a familiar, which is a lion, right? And this kind of reminds me of the Strength card in the sense that she has tamed the lion by being gentle, gentle and sensitive. And she has roses on her belt, indicating more of a, not so much passion as like happy, as in like, that is the verb. I like you, I appreciate you. Something more not childish, but something that's more, not fleeting, but something that is more innocent. Instead of passion, which is like, wow, I want. Appreciation is more innocent. So, my gorgeous Piscean friends, this is all I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price for private readings, as well as the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous Piscean friends, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!